Hey everyone, it's Melanie Ham. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're going to be making these adorable little drawstring bags. I'm going to show you all the steps on how to make it, including how to make these cute little applique designs on the drawstring bag. This is actually the bag that I'm going to be giving to a child that chooses me as their sponsor in Ecuador. So if you saw my last video, and if you didn't, check it out. We've only got a few days left for you to sign up to be chosen with World Vision's new program where the child gets to choose the sponsor rather than the sponsor choosing the child, which is just going to create this humongous ripple effect of amazing things. So I won't take too much time talking about that in this video, but check the link below. You've got a couple of days left and I can actually bring you with me to Ecuador and capture the child choosing you, which will be super fun, and then be able to show you in a video when I get back. Check that out if you haven't already. I wanted to show you how to make these adorable drawstring bags. I'm going to be giving mine to donate, or you want to do little treat bags, like these are kind of Halloween themed for neighbor kids, your own kids, birthday gifts, traveling. I mean, so many great uses. This is a super easy tutorial. So let's jump in and I'm going to show you how to make it. All right, here are the materials that you need for these cute little drawstring bags. So you need a piece of fabric. I have already cut mine with a pinking blade. So I put a pinking blade on my rotary cutter and I cut it. I'll show you real quick kind of how that works. Otherwise you could use pinking shears or a zigzag stitch going all the way around. This piece of fabric measures 10 inches wide by 18 inches long. That's an optimized size for using fat quarters or half yards of fabric. You also need a scrap piece of something that has a little motif on it. So in this one, this is a little applique piece from this piece of fabric. So any sort of motif or fabric piece that you want to kind of put on here like a sticker in a way, you need your little scrap piece to do that. And in order to apply that, we need a double-sided fusible web. I have used this one. There's lots of different good brands out there, but I like to use one that's double-sided and sewable. So there are some that you cannot sew over, but I like to just have that option. If I want to add a little stitch around there, I can, but you don't have to according to the manufacturer instructions on this one. So double-sided fusible web. You need just some normal sewing notions. You need your ironing board, you know, to just get this nice and flat. Some pins or clips, and then for our drawstring, you need some ribbon and a safety pin to thread our ribbon through once we're ready for that step. All right, let me show you how this pinking blade works really quick. Now you can use this in blade form and swap it out on your rotary cutter, or there's scissor form too, where it's actually like shears, scissors like this that have a pinking blade. So either way, I'll just show you how it works though real quick. It's exactly like a normal blade, so you can see that sort of zigzagged line. If you don't have pinking shears or a pinking blade and you don't want to purchase them, that's totally fine too. You'll just make your cuts with a straight edge or straight, blade, and then zigzag all the way around your piece of fabric, and that way it'll essentially do the same thing. So the first thing that we're gonna do, here's our fabric. We're gonna place it right sides together. Grab a ruler or a tape measure, something like that, and I'm going to use a chalk pen, but you could use a regular pen or a pencil or just kind of whatever you have around. And I'm going to measure down 2 inches. Make a mark. So now because this has the fold at the bottom, which just eliminates a little extra work for us, we are going to take from that mark and we're going to sew down, back stitch at the front and the end. Same thing over here, back stitch, sew down. I'm going to use the width of my presser foot, so it'll be, about 3/8 of an inch. So let's go do that at the sewing machine. So the next thing we're going to do is over at our pressing table, you're going to fold the flap over so that the edge is hitting right where we started stitching. And just press it, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. and press that. All right, now let's head back over to the sewing machine. If you are able to expose your free arm, that is really helpful for this step because we're going to be going around in a circle. So we'll open up our little bag, and put that around our free arm. I'm going to start at one of the sides, so just pick which direction and we're going to lay that seam down so that it is flat. And we're basically going to sew with I'm going to move my needle position all the way to the left side. And I'm going to line up the raw edge, this pinked edge, to the left side of my presser foot with my needle position all the way on the left side, so that's a nice thin seam. And I'm going to do it toward the side, that way it's invisible. When you get started, you're going to back stitch. And then we're going to sew going all the way around. Now you can adjust the size of this opening if you don't want to use ribbon and you want to use something else. Totally cool. You can swap out and do whatever you desire. Just make sure that this is large enough to accommodate whatever it is that you want to do. See, that's not so bad. So let's pop our bag right side out. And you don't, because we did those pinked edges or you've zigzagged it or whatever, these openings are just fine the way that they are. Especially for a really kind of simple little treat bag like this. All right, now let's go do our little applique sticker. I'm gonna just rough cut around the ghosts that I want to use. For example, on this one where it's a more clear-cut oval, I just did a rough cut around it because then we'll do our fine cut after the fusible is on there. So this is just kind of a rough idea. Here's my fusible. Now you'll want to follow the manufacturer's instructions for whatever brand that you pick, but here's the web right here, and then the back has paper. So what you're going to want to do is, this is kind of tacky, so you're going to place your fabric. Again, we haven't officially cut it yet, so it's okay if it's a little imperfect, and we're going to just press our fabric with our fingers on there. If your fabric is not adhering very well and it's too loose, just very loosely with the nose of your iron, just really lightly sort of iron on that. Don't iron on the sticky, just iron on your fabric with the tip of your iron, just to adhere it nice and securely. Now you will do more of an official cut. So when you peel off the paper, hopefully your fusible is sticking to your fabric, and now you've got like a little patch, and you can place that, and then you're going to iron it in place or following your manufacturer's instructions. Now, according to my packaging, it says that it's optional to use a stitch to go around the outside edge. I'm not going to do that because these are little, Halloween treat bags, so they're not going to really be washed. They're just sort of like a one-time use only thing. But if you wanted to do this kind of same technique on clothing or something that's going to be washed and used a lot more than something like this, then I definitely would just put a little zigzag stitch all the way around that, sew it into place to give that extra security. So now we need to cut our ribbon. So what we're going to do is 2 lengths. So 1, 2, and another half. And then we need 2 that length. I added a few other little spots. And of course, you don't have to do this step. You can make that part totally optional and just make do a cute print with this one, just like that, and just call it good. So now we're going to thread the ribbon. We're going to thread it from one side all the way around, coming out, and then from the other side going around and then back out. So your safety pin makes that really easy. And when you get to this other side, just continue straight through. Don't try to pull it out or anything. Okay, we came out this side. And then I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to tie them in a knot. I'm going to get it close to the end and really give that a nice good knot. Now we'll thread the other side starting this way, going around, coming back out. But otherwise, there you go. It is complete. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the drawstring bag. I wanted to make something so that when I give this to my sponsored child in Ecuador, that you guys could follow along. So whether or not you want to sponsor a child or you're able to at this time, you can kind of follow along with something handmade and sort of see the journey of like how this all works. And maybe sometime in the future, you would like to have a sponsored child choose you as well. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video, leave me any questions down below. All the links will be down below for the written tutorial as well as information about Chosen. And I'll see you guys in the next video.